What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and welcome back to another Market Watch. Today we are going over a retro pack, but before we do, let's talk about Infinite Forbidden. Now, Fiendsman Engraver was above $110 at one point early, like last week or 2 weeks ago, and now it has settled down below $100 or even pretty much touching $100 for the most part. And I've been seeing on other platforms people selling this card for $80, $85 because of them being scared of the upcoming ban list, but keep in mind, everybody, Fiendsman Engraver is going to be viable after the ban list as well. There will be other decks that will take advantage of this, and there's new support for Fiendsman coming out very soon in the newest set. So just keep that all in mind as we're moving forward as well. And then also, look at Dragon Pride and Soul, everybody, under 20 listings now. So we've been talking about this card for a while, and now we're starting to see people buy into it. So under 20 listings might speak volumes as to this card raising in price as well. Soul Hat Rabbit still up there in price. Mimighoul stuff taking off. White Forest cards are starting to take off. So just keep this all in mind. You know, if you bought in early, you're seeing the payoff now that the profit will be in your favor, in your sight to see. Light and Darkness Dragon Lord, 20 listings left, and this card has raised $10 over the past week. So a lot of things in the market raising in price, and there's no surprise there. This was a great set. Undervalued set at that, and we've been talking about that for weeks now, and now we're seeing the full payoff as it hits the market now and full effect, and people realizing what things are starting to do. Now, this token card was above $10 at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, basically above $10, and has settled down below $5, $6. So keep this in mind if you want to pick up this card. Now, this is an exclusive token card as well. You know, as much as there are 22 listings, keep in mind, you know, not everyone was able to get their hands on this Infinite Forbidden mini box and also get their hands on this token because it's a chase token, one out of, I believe, 6 tokens that was in the chase box. So, you know, just keep that all in mind. You know, this is going to be a very, I would say, high profile token down the line to pick up, and especially early now that it's at $5. So if you do want to pick up this one, I think now is the time, to be honest with you. Obviously, we've been talking about Terminal Revenge for a long time now. Terminal Revenge booster box has gone up in price. I think it's sold down below $100 now. I think it was around $101 for the longest time, but yeah, $87, $88 now. So toned down just a little bit because everyone's trying to buy into the box because they realize the future effect of people wanting to pull Dragon Master Magia in the future. If they don't ever remake the card or reprint the card, you know, people are going to want to, well, try to pull it at this point. And in my personal opinion, if you're going to spend $80, $100, $200 to try to pull this card, might as well take the hit and spend the entire amount of money to just buy the card outright, because your chances of pulling the card is slim to none, and you rather not lose out on $200 instead of just paying for the card in general. Now, do I think this card will get a reprint? Eventually, it will get a reprint. I think eventually it will see its face pop up in another set down the line, maybe middle of next year. Because we do have new Blue Eye support coming out. They're, you know, Konami is going to make this card accessible to those. Yes, not every single Blue Eyes deck is using Dragon Master Magia, but for the most part, some are. And I think Konami is going to make this one available also just to promote their product, market their product as well. Seeing that this card was so high up there in price, it will probably tone down after this one. That being, if it comes out another high rarity, we'll see if this does tone down. Maybe it might not, but if it does come out in a low rarity, I expect this one to tone down just a bit, and maybe you'll see yourself getting this card for a little cheaper price point. But if you do have this one, I do recommend selling. If that's just my personal opinion, I don't see this one, you know, really going higher than $900. I mean, right now it's around that $730 range, but just keep that in mind. Like, I don't see this one going above $900, and I also don't see to the reason why it should be at $900 or even $700, to be honest with you. But hey, you know, that's the market, that's the Blue Eyes market, that is the collector space, and that's what happens sometimes where people get the overhyped with certain things as well, especially since we're getting new Blue Eyes support. And we've talked about 25th anniversary rare collection as well, since we're talking about 25th anniversary core century rares. Now, obviously, the QCRs in this set have decreased and plummeted to the ground for the most part, and my recommendation to you, if you see something you like, if you see a quarter century that is a staple card or something that is going to be necessary in the future outlook, meaning like a deck that's getting support like Blue Eyes, for example, or something of the ordinary or sort, I recommend, and I really do recommend, picking it up now because it's at its cheapest. And I think a lot of people are worried about the upcoming ban list, so there's a lot of cheap cards in the market right now, and cards that are being feared to get hit on the ban list as well. Talking about Apollosa, to name a few. You know, just be aware that people are very undervaluing the Rarity Collection number 2 set. The Rarity Collection 1 has taken off, as we all know. Rarity Collection 2 is on, you know, on the down end. But again, that is their time to pick up certain things here while it's on the down end of things as well. Now, getting to a retro pack that has come out today, everybody. So if you got your retro pack, congratulations. You made out like a bandit at your Target, at your Walmart, or at your GameStop. But GameStop's selling for a little bit more, but we'll get to that. Now, you're still making out like a bandit. Why do I say you're making out like a bandit? Because guess how much TCG Player is selling it for? Yes, $42, everybody. So to pick up this box on TCG is $42, and people are actually buying into it at that price. So very crazy. Keep in mind, this is like a $17, $18 retail product. Now it is being bought off the shelves at all retail stores, because I've been seeing on Instagram my friends literally saying just bought out the entire Walmart. And I was like, oh my god, you know, that's a lot of money to spend. But keep in mind, are they really spending that much amount of money? Because they might be profiting times 2 here if they do decide to resell. That's their purpose of getting it. But I know a lot of people that do buy the actual sealed product on Instagram tend to open it as well, so just keep that in mind as well. But you know, I will say there's a huge profit margin for this if you do pick it up at retail price to actually gain profit here. So you're looking pretty good. So now if you do want to pick it up, it's sold out online on Walmart. And then guess what, everybody? You got to pay more on GameStop for this one. But guess what? Sparkman is here for you. He's here for the people. He wants you to get it for the cheapest price as you possibly can. And yes, Target has it in stock right now, everybody. Go and get it. As of recording it, it is 2:04 p.m. on August 23rd. They have it in stock. This wasn't in stock yesterday. It has become in stock today. And your time to pick it up while you can. Now, you are only limited to a quantity of 3. That's the unfortunate part about it, but it's better you pick it up and have a copy of the sealed product than not getting it at all. Or if you just want to open as well, this is your time to get it for a cheaper price as well. So just keep all that in mind as you're moving forward as well. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about is Thunder King Rahil. Why do I want to talk about this card? Because I have a feeling this one's going to be in Bonanza. We've been talking about it for months ago. Like I said, this is probably going to be in Rare Collection too. Maybe it'll be in another set. But I do think Thunder King Rahil, with the price increase it has gained in time, I think this will be one that will be probably reprinted in Bonanza or maybe another upcoming set. But Bonanza looks likely as well, because it says there's going to be a lot of nostalgic pulls, and Thunder King Rahil is very nostalgic to say the least. Now, Light of Destruction. Since we were talking about Retro Pack, we got to talk about Light of Destruction because this is interesting. $99, and there's been a lot of price movements, and honestly it's very hard to tell by a lot of these things. But I also look on eBay, I also look at the community on Instagram, so that's like a good place. If TCG Player is not acting up, I look at the different communities, different, you know, secondary markets I can look at here. And well, it's seeming as though that Live Destruction is getting a little boost in popularity, especially since it's a European product, and you know, only can get it if you know someone in the European market, or you know, buy it off a European website. But it's up there. It's up there in price, and it does look like a good collectible thing to have. So if you do get your hands on one, I think you're looking pretty good in terms of holding on to it sealed for the long term. But also, it's just a really cool item to open and just have sealed as well. Overall, you know, the old sets, even though as much as I'm not a fan of them reprinting older sets, it is a good buy for future long-term purposes of profit, right? So that's what it is when you buy into something like this, especially if you want to keep it sealed. You're buying into it because you know there's future effect in the market for this type of product, because there's going to be people that missed out on it that are going to want to, and they're going to want to pay the full hefty price of more than what this price is right now, which is at $99. So just keep that in mind as well if you do want to pick it up. I think there is a very much gain in your future if you do pick it up right now. And then also something just to, well, to keep in mind, Psychic Processor. Yeah, this is like a Cyberse machine type support card, and there's 6 listings left for the quarter century secret rare, and the price will ever increase very soon, everybody, as it has already. It's well, it's done its thing. 6 listings left, and like I said, expect this one to go kind of crazy in the upcoming days unless it gets a restock in listings. Yeah, keep all that in mind. I just want to go over Fable Lori real quick, because I do believe this one is probably going to get a reprint in Bonanza as well. I expect this one to get a reprint. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be in the tins. You never know. Some craziness will happen. But yeah, Fable Lori has always been up there in price for the most part of these past few weeks, and I expect Konami to make this accessible in an upcoming set as well, even though Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 was not that too long ago, right? But at the same time, you know, Konami's that type of way. They'll reprint a product, so that way they'll market their product to become like, hey, grab this right now. And that's about it, everybody. So that's Market Watch for you. We'll be back tomorrow with more Market Watch news, updates, price movements, and all that fun stuff. If you have a card that I didn't go over that you want me to talk about, leave it in the comment section down below. But that's about it from your choice, Sparkman. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and peace out, YouTube.